Scandinavian Bob here, hi. A few weeks ago I talked a bit about how many guys feel lonely on NoFap. I gave you some good advice on what to do about it, and I linked to that video at the end of this one. But today I'm going to give you something else to consider for a while. Something a bit deeper. You gotta ask yourself this question. Am I a very judgmental person? Am I judging others more than I should? And so now some of you say, okay Bob, that's it. You've been pretty good so far, but now you're way out of line. How could that possibly have anything to do with me feeling lonely? Well, good question. And here's the deal. Just think about it for a while. When you see someone doing or saying something that you don't really agree with, you kind of roll your eyes and often think, oh, thank God I'm not like them. Sometimes you say something to them, but you can just as well do this without saying anything to them. You just judge them inside of your own head. Because hey, that feels kind of good at the moment. And this is because by doing so you feel that you get to put yourself above them. Well, congratulations, genius. But if you're so smart, you should also be able to figure out what can happen to you on a psychological level here. You see, by putting yourself above someone, you distance yourself from them. You separate yourself from them. And exactly what does separate mean? Well, in the dictionary it's defined as forming or viewed as a unit apart or by itself. Hello, that's you being lonely. Ah, yeah, that's right. Perhaps some of you now go, but I don't judge my friends. Oh, really? Well, what about your friends who are not doing NoFap? Do you judge them? I kind of see a lot of that going on in the comment sections under my videos. And perhaps you shouldn't be so quick to do so. Now, we all judge people more or less, and I do it too. But the point is we can always work on ourselves and try to do it less. But again, everyone judges at least a little. In fact, if someone were to tell you, well, I get the problem with this, so I'm not judging at all. Well, then you get to call him out on it and say, ah, so you're above others then, right? Well, the very fact that he said that in the first place could be a testament to him actually separating himself. In my former workplace, there was a guy who often suffered from depression. And he told me that the reason for his depression was that he often felt so lonely. But then almost every time he came and talked to me, he was complaining about some colleagues, pointed out everything wrong with them. And one time I got so annoyed with him that I couldn't stay polite any longer. And I just told him, yeah, people suck, so being perfect like you must be very lonely, right? I don't know if my comment hit home, but I suspect it made him think at least a bit. Now, did I judge him for being that way? Yes, I did. I did it just now. So as you see, this is a difficult thing to handle. And there's no doubt every single one of us could start practicing becoming more understanding and having more compassion. Now, I know this video didn't give you the usual concrete advice, but I still hope it gave you something to consider. And if you want a more easy to digest video on NoFap and loneliness, then take a look at this video right here. I made it a few weeks ago and it will give you some additional advice and thoughts on this. And remember, if you're going through hell, keep going.